Liz and Anna are having another interesting conversation. Last time, their discussion reflected our lesson on explicit and implicit ideas. With implicit ideas, we learned that readers have to dig deep beneath the ideas that are explicitly stated in a text to try to make inferences about what those ideas imply. Or, in other words, understanding what is implicitly inherent in a text. Now, we're going to dig even deeper and discuss analogical reasoning. When you read, your eyes see the words and you understand their meaning, but there could be so much more than meets the eye, or just what's on the surface. Your active reader brain is constantly making connections and comparisons to try to visualize, generalize, and deepen your understanding. This is analogical reasoning. It's making logical connections about how one situation may actually be representative of another. It involves making a comparison between two different objects, situations, or systems. Like how you could say that someone's smile is contagious, not because it has anything to do with germs or diseases, but because that smile makes other people smile, and that smile spreads. Or how Liz's art teacher told her that she was like an onion because she kept revealing new talents, like how you peel the layers of an onion.
As we read, our minds must remain active, looking for ways to connect similar ideas and use such connections to make predictions, draw conclusions, and deepen our understanding of the text. Sometimes we make those associations on our own, and sometimes the author purposely embeds them in the text.
A simple example of analogical reasoning might involve, say, a child with a propensity for lying. Let's say that they keep faking sick so that they can get out of school. So when the day finally comes that they actually are sick, no one believes them. So someone tells them the story of the boy who cried wolf, and how the townspeople stopped responding to the boy because he kept crying wolf when there wasn't a wolf. The storyteller is relying on the child's power of analogical reasoning to come to their own aha moment and realize why no one believed them when they were actually sick. Now let's take a look at a classic example of a text where we can use analogical reasoning to try to predict a character's actions. In this excerpt from The Gift of the Magi by O. Henry, Della is distraught because she only has $1.87 after careful months of saving. And she wants to buy a nice, valuable Christmas gift for her husband, James.
The James Dillingham Youngs were very proud of two things which they owned. One thing was Jim's gold watch. The other thing was Della's hair. If a queen had lived in the rooms near theirs, Della would have washed and dried her hair where the queen could see it. Della knew her hair was more beautiful than any queen's jewels and gifts. So now Della's beautiful hair fell about her, shining like a falling stream of brown water. It reached below her knees. It almost made itself into a dress for her. And then she put it up on her head again, nervously and quickly. She put on her old brown coat. She put on her old brown hat. With the bright light still in her eyes, she moved quickly out the door and down to the street.
Ah, yes. Very interesting. But let's take a look at this passage and dig a little deeper.
The author makes a strong case for the value of Della's hair, comparing it to a queen's jewels. Next, the author compares Della's hair to a falling stream of water. Finally, the length of Della's hair, cascading down below her knee, is compared to the length of a dress. With these comparisons, the author is counting on the reader's analogical reasoning to help them understand that A, Della's got really nice hair, and B, she's got a lot of it. There's a sharp contrast between the way her hair, a natural part of her, is described and the way her outerwear, the old brown coat and old brown hat, are described. With this depth of understanding, readers are able to make a logical prediction. When Della leaves her modest home in her modest outerwear, it can be reasonably inferred that she is most likely going to sell what is of value so that she can buy a gift for her beloved husband. This pattern is similar to other stories in which personal sacrifices are made out of love for one another.
Authors of fiction use all kinds of comparisons to help a reader's understanding. But analogical reasoning is also vitally important for comprehending informational text. Again, there's information down there below the surface that isn't stated exactly, but we know what the author's trying to say. Hey, I'm no author, but speaking of trying to say something, I say that we covered a lot of ground today. Great job. Definitely come back so that you can level up your analogical reasoning skills. And remember to always be clever.